Hello once again. Hello once again, everybody. This is a strange show we have today. No guest today. It's going to be kind of a random thing. You know, give us a break. It's our first time without a guest. But it turned out to be pretty fun. If you want to skip to the stuff that we find on the internet, kind of the meat of the show, you can go to minute 36 and seconds 45. But I'll be honest with you. It's all pretty random, and there's some very fun stuff in the beginning. So, enjoy the show. Guys, hold on a second.
There's a difference in the mentality of country people and city people.
Okay, hold on. Christian women came into his room, and they were freaking out about all the witchcraft stuff.
I used formulaic magic.
Doc, we don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, my anniversary's coming up. I want to make it really special.
In other words, how can a man save some money on Viagra?
When you don't have a guest and you run a show, you've got to do something. But I've never done it before, so here we are on the Bravely Mistaken podcast.
All right. Well, that was only half cheesy. Welcome to the show, everybody. Jordan O'Leary here. Obviously, just jumping right in with a 3-screenshot deal. As you can see, I've got two men here that may look very familiar to you or may sound very familiar to you because I had the exact same trio on the show last week. But this time around, I don't have a guest, and that's okay because it's something that I wanted to experiment with anyway. I wanted to try and see what happens when we don't have a guest, and we don't have a guest this day, so we're gonna do something a little different. First, I want to introduce everybody here. I didn't know who would go on top on the right side of the screen, so I was fair. I flipped a coin, and in all honesty, Lou, Angel came up, and so Angel is on the top. Angel Orlando is joining us today. And
how you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Wonderful. We've been talking for the last hour. You should know that by now. And Lewis Hamilton, a.k.a. Yammering Lou.
It's all about LeBron.
Yeah, just keep your mouth away from the mic.
I can't see. My mic is hidden. See how it's blending into my dark brown jersey? It's invisible to me now.
Okay.
This is the trio.
I don't know. Should I have him turn off his plus 10 dB on the mic?
Let's go.
Just let him go.
Bam.
Oh, man.
I'll just be further away.
So, yeah, that's good. That works. So
is that music still playing?
Music's still playing, yeah. No,
Yep.
But it doesn't affect the show. It doesn't affect the show because I throw the music in later anyway. It's on a different track. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm just like sitting here bobbing my head. They're like, what the fuck is he doing?
Well, no, it's okay. I think everyone's more curious about Lou, to be honest with you. But guys, I tell you what, I woke up in a great mood today. I was just in a great mood. I've really been in a great mood all day. I'm not gonna lie. It came down to the wire with a guest. I'm kind of just thinking like, holy shit, you know, like I had a guest. Actually, I mean, I'm excited. We have guests coming up. Next week, we're going to have a psychic/medium. So this is someone I know personally, and I never knew this about her. Like I knew her well when I was kind of a kid in San Diego after getting out of high school. And she didn't know it about herself either, but now she's a psychic medium, and she'll be coming on next Tuesday. And I think I'll throw Lou on her for that one as a co-host. And then also I've got in touch with a guy who is kind of a young, politically charged dude here in Mexico, and he's got a lot to say about drug cartels. About American relations, immigration, things like this. And I'd really want to get a look at that kind of stuff and see what's going on with that. That's not coming up now. I'm just letting you know. But that's who we have coming. We have no guest this time. So this time I thought, I might just do our normal banter as always in the beginning, and then we'll get into some random news stories happening around the internet. How's that sound, guys?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, what Lou said.
Perfect. And Lou is taking a big hit of his vape.
Dosey Does.
I like it.
Is that what it's called? Dosey Dos?
That's the strain.
Girl Scout cookies for you?
It's the strain of Stizzy vape. See, it just comes off like it. You just plug it in, like no turning necessary, just magnet.
Put it up in the camera. Let's see.
It's just a magnet.
Put it up in the camera. Stick your hand up. I see.
Like a magnet. See.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
Other ones you had to turn in. I would turn them too hard, and then I would break it, and then this is much less brain work.
What was I hearing? I was hearing something about some dude who was vaping, and they seriously had to like do some serious work on his lungs. Man, look at this Skype. It's just shit.
Well, there's that whole popcorn lung thing.
Yeah,
No, it's not popcorn lung. They think one of the things is vitamin E acetate is the problem, and it's almost all in the vapes that are black market.
What do you mean black market?
It's the ones that are it's showing up more, I think, in the States where it's unregulated, where there's no legal weed, and so they're getting these black market vapes, and there's no regulation, so they're more. I think they've shown there's more of this happening in the States without legal weed.
Well, there's still like very few regulations on vaping. Like, I mean, like the juice, people manufacture the juice from their house all the time.
Yeah, the problem is it's not consistent. Like, I don't know what California maybe regulates everything, but there's some places where they'll regulate the vaping, but they won't regulate every chemical that goes into it. So it's not it. That might be the problem. So they might regulate, but they don't regulate for that vitamin E acetate or whatever. But
hey, Lou, do me a favor. Sure, do me a favor. Turn off your 10 dB real quick. Go ahead, Ange.
I think it's like mostly just like vegetable glycerin and
so what? So oil,
and
vegetable
some like
oil,
food
basically?
additives. Yeah, I mean, listen, I really don't know what the fuck a glycerin is in comparison to anything else.
Well, I was
nitroglycerin.
I was smoking that stuff. I don't know. It was fun and all.
Yeah, I vaped for a while. I mean, it helped me start.
You got
to quit
me into
smoking.
it. Remember?
I got everyone.
You brought me to the store, and that sleazy ass salesman, dude. He was like, "Hey, you got to buy this, and you got to buy that, and watch this." Boof! We blow out these fat clouds, and I'd be like, "Wow!" And he's like, "Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it works." Like this weird, like Guido.
Yeah, I remember that guy. He was good though.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. It was a novelty that I'm glad I picked. I whether or not it helped me quit smoking, I don't think so. Maybe.
God,
maybe.
I'm so much big. My head's so much bigger than you guys on this screen. Maybe I should make.
Because you're the host. You got a bigger head.
I'm gonna.
That was a good one.
Good
one, Lou.
No, I'm not gonna do it. It's too complicated. All right, my head's just gonna be big on this one. I think Lou was actually giving me a compliment this time. I think he was actually complimenting me, or not complimenting, but like allowing me the royalty of being able to have a bigger.
My lid really pops
picture
on the screen. I like it. It's nice and blue. It pops.
Fucking Lou, man. Blue. All right, we're not going to address your lid since you're cutting me off already. Speaking of which, I've got some apologies. I apologize for Lou, of course, but I'm going to point it at myself for this one instead of just talking about Lou. I'm cutting off guests, apparently. I've got a complaint from a good friend of mine. And I might be getting better, I don't know, but this is on the first episode. I guess I was cutting off Wayne a couple times. Like there's some moments when Wayne, the doomsday prepper, talking about all of his shit. There is some people listening, and he's saying something, and they're going, yes, and then I'm like, but tell me about how much water you got, or something. I can't even remember what the hell I said, but I'm cutting him off, and yeah, I guess there's some people that just don't appreciate that. So I apologize. I'm trying to get better at that. You guys notice that from me at all? You guys got to be honest with me here.
No.
No?
I mean, yeah.
I grew up in a household where you never said the word "please let me finish." You just barrage your way into the conversation. So I can't relate to what you're saying.
Okay,
that makes a lot of sense.
Did you listen to the first episode, Angel?
No.
Okay. Well, all right. Hold on a second. Sorry. Hold on. Dead air. I know. Dead air.
I was off the chain a little bit in that episode, so you
Feeling
should have
good.
been
So I'm just
interrupting.
gonna have-
It was good that you interrupted me on that episode because I was off the chain too much.
Oh man, dude, I just had someone else today. Okay, listen, I don't want to start ragging on you. Fucking whole episode here. Yeah, I also want to talk a little bit. Guys, speak up whenever you like here, by the way. I also want to apologize actually for what's happening right this minute is these fucking Skype screens. I just can't figure out these Skype screens, and they're just all over the place. I don't know where the hell you guys went, but
Yeah, no, I see myself disappearing.
yeah, I mean, it's both of you guys at the same time, so obviously, but I'm getting better internet, so hopefully that's going to solve these problems.
Oh, so I thought it was just because I was so high. This is actually a problem for you guys too. Okay.
So high that you're looking at my screen and seeing that you're gone? Yeah.
That's a bad trip.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a good trip.
I'm not here.
yeah, right. I'm controlling everything. That's a scary one.
That's terrifying.
So yeah, we're gonna get better with that. I mean, I don't know what it is. I'm trying to. It's just software I've got. I don't know. This is like really ragtag production. Also, God, I'm just waiting for you guys to come back. I'm gonna wait right now for you fucking guys to come back. Seriously. It took a long time for Skype to start behaving so we could resume the show. So here are some highlights. It's been like 5 minutes of blankness. Fuck this.
I could start reading from my almanac.
Please don't.
No. Don't stop recording.
No, don't stop.
No, I didn't stop.
But you would. You totally would stop. On the screen, when I'm looking at your screen, I'm guiding you through something. You're just clicking everywhere and clicking OK, clicking apply. A little jazz trumpet for you.
What DNA mean anyway?
It's DNA anyway. Probably stay.
Well, it means did not attack. I mean, we're still waiting, right?
No, don't worry. We're not live here. Comedy gold. All right.
Dig it.
Okay, so we're all okay, dude.
That was me making fun of Lou.
Oh, that was you. Okay, I was
That
gonna
was
say.
me.
I was gonna say. I think his headset was on because he was away from his mic. I'm like, dude, you're through your headset. Anyway, sorry about all this funny Skype screens. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna try to fix it. And now a non sequitur.
Here's something I like to talk about. What if you're it's not a joke. Like I'm serious. If you go out with a woman that does like adult movies, do you think you should be willing to be in the movies with her? Or do you think she might like that? Is that come up? You think, or people like, well, why can't you be in the movies? Are you ashamed of it, or it's not an issue?
No.
It's like a separate thing.
Separate thing, completely separate thing.
I mean, a lot of times the women do. I notice they do end up working with their boyfriends, but that's if the guy wants to do it.
Dude, I've dated like 2 or 3 strippers. I've never had a stripper go, "Hey, do you want to get up on stage with me?" You know what I'm saying?
They also do
like-
porn.
Some of them, yeah. It's just I think like here's the thing: the percentage of those women who lose boyfriends or husbands, it's very high because like after a while it just becomes like, unless it's just something you've accepted and you really mean that from the fucking bottom of your heart, it's a hard thing to get past for most people. But
But
it is what it is.
I don't even want to hear about a girl who I'm dating is going to give somebody a massage.
So that's actually an interesting point. Would you be okay with an ex-porn star?
Yeah.
I would be too. I have no issues with that.
I mean,
I wouldn't mind.
I would be okay with a stripper, to be honest with you, if I trusted her.
Would you ever
And
watch...
I can prove it.
Would you ever... I loved having girlfriends that were strippers, man. They fucking smelled great. I'd always want them to shower after they got home because there's guys that are just
All
like
those
fucking
dicks.
trying to put their... Nah, it's not the dicks. It was just the fucking hands.
You don't mind the
and
dicks
mouth.
in their vaginas? You don't mind that? You don't mind?
No. Well, dude, no. The strippers that I dated wouldn't fuck anybody.
I'm joking. Come on.
But it's just like, and if they did, it would just be a different relationship. And I never thought that I was going to marry either one of them. I thought we were just going to fuck.
Did you meet her at the strip club, or did you meet her at another place?
One I met at the strip club, one I met outside of the strip club. So one I met just hanging out with fucking friends. And then the other one I used to go and see her constantly. I had gotten lap dances from her, but I had basically lived at a strip club for fucking months and then worked at one for a few months. And I took everyone there. Jordan knows the strip club.
God, you worked there?
What did you do for the strip club? What was your job?
I would take money for them to go and get private dances.
And I would be the one who personally put the jizz into the bucket.
Yeah. It was the stupidest, easiest job in the world.
I've never seen that. The ones I've been to, they never had that job. You just give the money to the women. I never experienced a club that had that job.
Every single strip club I've ever been to had a guy that collected the money for the private dance. Oh, you mean like
at the end of the day, or not like per person? Is that...
No, per person.
Oh, no, yeah, I haven't gone to that many, but the ones I never experienced that.
No, Angel would just stop by at the end of when they're about to close and just collect all the money, hand it over to the boss. And,
here's the thing. Every time those girls, before they go into a back room with somebody, do you think that the owners or anybody fucking trust those girls with fucking... Fuck no. Those guys are just like, cool, how many songs are you paying for? Great, it's this much money. They take their cut, and right then and there, they divvy out what's the girl's cut. And then some girls are really desperate, and they'll ask you for more money while you're in there, and some girls won't. Some girls will tell you, hey, it's your choice. You know, you fucking paid for the dance, so. But almost every club I've been to, there's always a guy collecting the money for them before they go in the room.
I mean, I guess it makes
and I've never paid for a girl to have sex with me, ever. I've always wanted to go to a whorehouse once in my life. I always wanted to try, going to a professional just to say I did it. You gotta go
somewhere where it's very easy and accepted.
Well, I want to go somewhere where it's safe. I mean, that's a big
like Europe,
thing.
You mean?
No. You're not going to mix those two options together. Sorry.
Well, no. I mean, look. You look at the Bunny Ranch, right? Like that for me, that feels like a professional establishment.
But you still have to go into this area, and it's this, and now I'm going to do this and this and this. Places like Thailand, you just go in and get a massage. And then you decide right then and there, do I? You know what I mean? Well, it's not like, no, we're doing this. It's like the opportunity just like comes, and then you can say, yeah, sure, go ahead. Boom.
I never went to a rub and tug either.
Yeah, no. I'm actually, I enjoy massages. I just enjoy
I don't even like massages.
Oh, man, love them.
I love it when people rub my feet or my arms, but not my back or anything else.
I like it when people rub my feet, my arms, and my back. But I also like it when they rub my dick. But I don't need to wind it up into the same experience.
Yeah, maybe it's just I've never been into handies. Like I've never been into fucking. What
if they put a bunch of lube all over it?
I mean, I've never tried it. I'm down to experiment,
buddy.
Yeah, no, never tried it.
Man,
never tried it. I've always just had the times that I have. It's always been dry, and I'm just like, you're trying to tear my dick off.
Well, that's because girls don't know what to do. But or you say, make it really wet, baby.
No, the only time I really like it is if someone just like we're making out and someone. I've had a chick just dive a hand inside my pants and just grab my dick. Like then I'm just like, yeah.
Here's your tagline.
She starts boxing your dick. Like I like it when she boxes.
There's your highlights right now. You got highlights for your highlight clips.
Thanks for ruining the highlight clip.
I don't know, man. I always wanted. I did. I really always wanted to go to a whorehouse. My dad talked about that shit. It was like a rite of passage for like so many guys for a while. But I don't know. There's also a piece of me where I'm just like a nice guy. I don't want to subjectify this, that, and the other. But it's like it seems like the girls at the Bunny Ranch
You'd be subjectifying yourself. Okay.
I don't. I don't. The girls at the Bunny Ranch seem to be like, oh, hey, I get a good wage for this. I get paid.
I was asking someone for a review yesterday, and they said, they did it, and then they say, I feel like a whore. And I said, it's surprising how many whores actually don't mind being whores.
Yeah, no, the strippers that I dated were always rolling in fucking cash.
Were they always complaining, or were they always like...
No, they liked it.
They liked it. See, I don't even know if that's true or not. Yeah, they liked it, huh?
Well, it's funny because I ran into the girl that I used to date a few years back. I went back to Pope's just to see. I was like, holy shit, this place is still open. And it's run, like if you thought it was run down before, it is fucking falling apart at the seams. And it's funny, the girl I used to date was there managing the place. And I was just like, what the fuck are you doing here? Yeah. And yeah, so she worked in Arizona for a while. She worked in Vegas. We broke up because she was starting to have a little bit of a drug problem. And she was tough. She was tough as nails. Beautiful. Not like super, like, not, I don't know. Different. But,
she was different looking.
She was different. I thought she was very attractive, but she wasn't like, I don't know. She wasn't like supermodel attractive. She was just a very pretty girl. But it's funny. One of the times that I hung out with her after work, she beat the shit. She used to carry around this little metal toy lunchbox. She beat the shit out of you. God,
Angel, why do you always get in these relationships?
She beat the shit out of a guy in the fucking back room. She beat him like with this toy lunchbox until his fucking face was just a mess. We had to drag. Oh, dude, she beat him fucking halfway unconscious, and we had to drag him out. And then we actually stayed outside with him, poured water on his face, and we're like, "Hey, dude, are you okay?" And he was just like, "Yeah." And they called a cab and left.
Did I tell you my stripper story? I was at Fantasy Island in L.A.
Are you talking about the?
I'm gonna make you more relaxed about telling your story here, okay?
All right.
So I'm in Fantasy Island, and it's only bikini bar, but they basically do everything with a bikini on, which is fine with me, to be honest with you, because it's like, I don't know, for some reason I feel it's more fun because I know I'm not gonna like be fucking any of these girls, I guess. Now I think differently, but back then I was just like, why am I doing that? I'm not gonna fuck them. So they're in their bikinis and they're dancing around and everything, and some unnamed people were there and from work, and he was about to get married, so he had a bunch of people from work there whom I all knew. And I said to this girl, "Hey, why don't you go over there and give this guy a dance?" Yeah. And I paid her the money. And she jumps on this groom-to-be lap and starts going, gink, gink, gink. That's the thing with the bikini bar. You don't get private dance. You just get it right there. So it's fun to see your friends get horny and boners. And so she's dancing on him like, yeah. Right? And he's like, because he wouldn't do it. So I got him to do it. And then I see him pay her, not just a tip, but like pay her, like actually pay her again. I already paid her. So I'm just like, oh my God, what is this? What is this? And she like runs away, and I'm like, hey, hey, kind of thing. And then it's like her turn to dance, so the guy's like, all right, everyone, give it up for Shabba Hey, And then she gets up and starts dancing, and I run to the thing where she's like dancing in her bikini, and I'm screaming, "What did you do?" I'm drunk. I'm like, you took money twice. Horrible, horrible. And everyone's laughing at me because I'm going horrible to a fucking stripper, And anyway, I ended up talking to her on the side. And I'm like, listen to me. I know what you've done. I know what you did. You know, like I paid you already, and you took 2 payments from this interaction. So you owe me a dance. And she was like, okay, you know, kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, listen, okay. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to dance on that guy now, you know, like, I don't know why I'm like giving dances away to all my friends, you know, but anyway, I'm like, you're going to dance on that guy now. And I want to make it very clear. I'm not going to pay you any more money. Okay. Cause I know how these girls work, you know? And so I think she went and danced on Jay, you know, Jay. And then I'm like, before the song was over, or I think it's 2 songs, right? Before the songs were over, I'm like, all right, now dance on him. Okay, now dance on him. No. You know, like I'm like telling her what to do, and I'm pleasuring all these men, you know. And after all this, she comes back, and I'm like, oh, that's great. You know, you ended up being a good person after all. And she's like, yeah. So you owe me for 3 dances, you know. And I was like, what? You know, and I'm sitting at a table with a bunch of like drinks on it, and I go, wait a minute, hold on a second. No. I told you specifically that I wasn't going to pay you any money. She's like, yeah, but I gave dances. But I said, you took money twice for 1 dance, and that's the whole reason I had you do it. And I told you I wasn't going to pay you any money. And she's like, that's bullshit. Fuck you. And I go, where's your manager? Where's your manager? I have to talk to your manager. And she goes, you fuck. And she grabs one of the empty cups on the table, and she goes like this, and there's nothing in it, so it just kind of splashes on my face. And I'm like, you know, and then she goes, fuck, and she grabs another one, and she tries to do it again, and that one's empty. So again, and I'm just like, listen. And then she takes the fucking thing and smashes my head with it. She took the empty glass and smashed my fucking head with it because she couldn't splash water in my face. So I'm like, dung, and I go, oh, and it didn't break. And immediately, it's amazing. Immediately, some huge pair of arms just grabs her, just like around her and yanks her off. And I'm just like, what the fuck? It just happened, you know? And I stand up, and I'm going, shit, you know, and they're down the hallway arguing, her and the bouncer, and I look down the hallway, and I see her down the hallway like this. I see her like this going. And I'm going, and by the way, I'm like going, that fucking, and she's pointing at me wildly and going, fuck it, fuck, you know. And I'm going, fuck this bitch. Fuck this shit. There's no way I'm hanging out for this crazy-ass story she's giving him right now. And I turn to my party, and I'm going, guys, we got to get the fuck out of here. We got to get out of here. And one person decides to join me leaving, and all the rest of them are like sitting there with their boners going like, what's going on, you know? So I'm like, fuck this, get the fuck out of here. And one of them saw what was going on. He's like, fuck this, and he's chasing after me. And I'm so fucking nervous that I'm walking out of there, like speed walking like a fucking 55-year-old woman, you know, out of there. And I was so fucking scared that I shit myself on the way to the front door. So I shit my pants on the way to the front door trying to get out of there. So I get out of there. And now I'm with this guy from work, right? And this guy at work, and anyone who from work knows who this guy is. This guy from work, I liked him a lot. I liked the guy, but for some reason he'd always go like blowing out his nose, going like this. You know, it's like a tick or something like this. Anyway, what was it? He got a ride with one of the people inside. So I'm just like, fuck, man, and we're waiting for them. They don't come out. And I'm going, fuck, you know, and we're kind of like calling them, and we're just like, dude, they just freaked out. All this shit happened, and they said, dude, something else happened, and someone's getting into a fight over here, and this is going on, so nobody really cares about what you've just done. So we're staying, and I'm like, fuck. So I'm with this guy. He doesn't have a ride, okay? And I've got shit in my pants, right? So I'm going, oh, my God. And he's from work, you know? So I say, shit. So I have to deal with this situation because I got to drive him home. So I say, oh, dude, hold over real quick. I got to take a piss, man. I got to take a piss real quick, you know? So he's like, "Yo, cool, man, cool." So I go around the corner and I find like a dumpster kind of alleyway dumpster, like a space behind a dumpster, you know. I get behind there and fucking what is it, West LA basically, and I take off my pants and my underwear. I take my underwear with my naked body and I wipe my ass with my underwear. And then I throw the underwear away and I put my pants back on. Fucking smart, man. Super smart. So I go back, and obviously I'd taken longer than a piss. Go back. I come up. Obviously I'd taken a long time wiping my ass with my underwear. I come up. And the fucking guy, when I approached this guy, he goes, "Would you take a shit?" And that was that.
Oh, that story. That's still
That's a nice story.
That's a great one.
Would you take a shit?
Would you take a shit?
I got to put a cap on it somehow. Listen, okay, guys, we're gonna move on here. I've got a steak sitting on that table over there with salt on it, you know, and it's sitting there getting ready. I know you don't like steak anymore, Angel, but listen, I'm the kind of guy who will eat something until it's absolutely like stinks and it's just like brown to hell. So I'm going to show you guys this piece of meat that I've got. It's a prime ribeye, USDA prime ribeye from America here in Mexico. And I'm going to show it to you, and you tell me if you would cook it and eat it. All right, hold on. Here I go. Now, I've got it sitting on a plate with salt and pepper on it. And that is just what you do. I don't know if you can see this or not. So I'm going to lift it up. How does that look?
I don't really have a discerning eye when it comes to steaks. It looks like a steak. So, but it looks
How's
good,
that look,
I guess.
Angel?
Looks good.
Little on brown side, yeah.
A little.
But it doesn't smell that bad, you know?
You're gonna eat that whole steak?
Fuck yeah, I'm going to eat that whole steak.
How big of a steak is it?
I don't know. My hand's pretty big.
It looks like
How
it's at
old
least
is
a
this?
pound, right? That's more than a pound, probably.
Well, yeah, I should have mentioned this before, but I got the steak before Thanksgiving. I think I got it the day before Thanksgiving. And then I'm like, shit, I got to have Thanksgiving tomorrow. And then I did Thanksgiving. What is it? It's been a number of days, hasn't it? Yeah. But it's been tight wrapped all the way. Like it's sealed because it's prime from America. So they have
In
it
the
like
fridge?
in the
Well, I'm
No,
checking.
I left it on the sun deck.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, would you cook that and eat it?
Sure.
Is this a dumb segment? Yeah, I guess it doesn't look as bad as I thought it did.
I don't cook too much. I use a microwave and I go to McDonald's and other fast food places. So I would not cook it myself. But that's because I don't cook.
Should I cook it while we take a break? Should I cook it and then eat it? And
eat
say
it during
what
the
happened?
show? Eat it during the show.
I will.
I want to see you tear into some steak. I'm ready. You got that mustache. You're ready to tear into some steak.
Yeah, I got my Red Dead mustache, you know. All right, I'll do that. All right, guys, listen. I'm sorry. No, this is an interesting episode, but I have to try. You know, I have to try the no guest thing. Yeah, we're gonna take a break right now. We'll come back and we'll look at interesting things that I found on the internet. Because I think I'm a pretty interesting guy, but we'll see. This might be just total trash. I don't know.
Well,
And
you're in the business.
I got a good one for you to. I don't know.
I
It's
thought
kind
you
of a
were
hot.
like I gotta go, guys.
I'm almost there too.
I gotta get. If you want to check out the episode on YouTube, because we'll have some video up there, you can do that. If you're not already looking on YouTube, you know, you can go check it out on podcast. If you're listening to it on YouTube, and we'll try to be as descriptive as we can. So, yeah, come on back after these words.
As we've been talking, I just matched with 3 people.
So why not just use soap and water to remove booty smells like a regular person? Well, the problem is toilet paper. Yes, that stuff we use every day is making you stink without you even knowing it. And it goes like this. Say you're hiking through the mighty land and oops, you fell into the mud and look, it's all over your hands. All you can do is wipe them off with the napkins you have stuffed in your pockets, but of course you know that they won't totally clean all the mud off. There's still going to be a thin layer of dirt on your palms that won't go away until you find a sink or a river. Well, the same thing is happening in the bathroom, friends. We are literally rubbing our bunk into our trunk. And it just sits there all day until we shower. And in the meantime, that thin layer begins to marinate under the skin. And once it's in there, it's impossible to wash out. We can scrub and scrub and scrub, but there will always be that certain essence left over. I don't even want to mention what happens after a few years of this behavior. And baby wipes don't get everything. Definitely not the stuff that's already in there. So we're still stuck in the muck. The only way to lift that baked on booty is Booty Fresh. The Booty Fresh is not a cover-up. Instead, it pulls out and zaps the odor-causing bacteria that is hiding underneath the skin that regular soap and water and washing and scrubbing just can't get out. No, this is not a joke, and yes, it really works. You just spray it on, let it sit, rinse it off, and bam, the sweet smell of nothing. Never worry again about ruining your chances with that hot date or missing a shower because you're off slaying that dragon. Booty Fresh gets you back to zero with just one use, and you can actually feel it working. Booty Fresh is made with totally natural ingredients already meant for the skin, and one use will work up to a whole week. So for all your intimate close encounters, or to just make sure that you're OCD clean back there, spray on Booty Fresh and bring out only the truest you. Get some Booty Fresh and love your butt.
Available at Amazon.com.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. Don't mind us, we're just settling in with our meals here. I've actually already, this is gonna look so gross, guys. I've actually already dug into my steak. Because I've been waiting for everyone for so long. And it's fine. It's a little gamey on the edges, but it's okay. Where's my soda? Here we go. Look at this, dude. You want to see Mexico? You ready to see Mexico?
Let me see.
Look at Mexico, dude. Look at this.
Is that a
This
3 liter
is
Fresca?
a fucking soda. 3 liter Fresca, dude.
Yeah, here it's all 2 liters, of course.
That's right. Thank you, Lewis. 2 liters in America, 3 liters here. And they have 2 liter, 1 liter. Fuck, I think they have like 1.5. Like, really? Because
You know, they have that in New Mexico, too.
which one? 3?
Yeah, the 3s, the 3, the 2, and the 1. Like, they have everything in fucking New Mexico. I think is obsessed with soda.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, during a gathering, they'll buy one of those big ones. And it's kind of just, it's tradition to just have, if you have a dinner with guests or people, family, you just have a giant bottle of soda on the table. Which I like. I like that tradition. Look at that piece of fat. Look at that fat. Look at that fat.
I've taken down more soda than almost anybody I know.
How much you drink a day?
Well, now I just do diet, but still, I'm doing diet like every day when I go to fast food, like twice probably. That's generally
Like
when
a large?
Yeah, so I'm doing like 2 of those, like 60 ounce. Like I'm doing like a 2 liter a day, pretty much of Diet Coke. But I used to drink regular Coke for a long time until like the last number of years I stopped.
But you guys have, or America has so many options for diet. There's just Diet Coke here. That's it. Coke Zero. That's it.
There's like 5 or 4 different kinds of Diet Coke, I think. There's
Exactly.
like Zero, and then there's a...
Keep going.
I don't know why you need that many. I just was happy with regular Diet Coke.
Well, you know what the best is Diet Cherry Coke Zero. Coke Zero Cherry. It tastes the most like, really.
Just a little cherry flavor.
But it really tastes like sugar, and it doesn't taste the diet at all. It's really amazing. It's better than Diet Dr Pepper.
You want to hear something exciting about my local Jack in the Box?
As shitty as it is, yes, I love Jack in the Box stories.
No, they have one of those theater ones. You know the theater, when you go to the theater and you can do it's a machine, you can make like any kind of Coke or wine.
Yeah,
you can put, like,
I love that.
They have one of those at my local Jack in the Box, so you can actually like drive through and be like, I want a half Coke and a Fresca and this, and they can actually do that because they have the actual thing like the theater with the all the. So that's cool.
Well, you know what you're doing Friday night.
Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go. Give me a half Fresca, and then I'm gonna drive through an hour later. Give me a quarter Fresca.
Well, welcome back to the show, everybody. We had a disastrous front end. I don't know if we cut it out or not. That's yet to be known. And whatever we cut out, we'll give it to the Patreon members or something. There is no Patreon. Yeah. So we're back, guys. Really, this is untested territory. I barely know what I'm doing here with this kind of format of the show. But there's a couple things that I found around the internet that I thought were quite interesting. And I wanted to talk to you guys about them. And I think we're just going to jump right in here. What do you guys say?
About what? Jumping in about what? Is it about weed?
It's okay, Jordan. It's okay.
Okay. So did you guys know that Elon Musk is going to court around this time? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Did you know what he's going to court for? Well, obviously you wouldn't because you didn't know he was going to court. Did you hear about this, Angel?
No, the only thing I heard about was this underground.
No, that's why I thought of the submarine thing. That's why I thought I was going to mention that, but then I thought it's something else. But no, I remember that he just called that guy like a. He didn't let the guy said something about your submarine's not helping, and then Musk came back and said you're a pedophile, like with no just out of like I hope he loses, like that's a fucking up thing to do. He had no evidence,
right?
He just flaming the guy basically. I mean, he's just like slandering the guy because he's an immature asshole.
Yeah, a little weird. I guess I'll switch to the screen here, but yeah, he got in trouble for calling someone a pedo. Not a pedophile, a pedo. And that might make sense a little late. Look at me. I'm just, okay. I'm trying to Lewis, you're all fucked up here on the screen. This is the most fucked up show I've ever had in my life, and it's only show number 5. And you're flying all over the place, Angel. Everything's fucked up. Okay, guys? Everything's fucked up. All right?
How much worse could you...
I don't know what to do with this stupid fucking Skype thing, man. It's driving me crazy.
How much worse of an insult slander could you do to somebody than that? That's about as bad as you can slander somebody. God, that and a murderer.
Oh my God, Angel drinking his drink in his little square. God, we got tiny fucking Lou. Oh, kill me now. Just kill me.
But give us some more, like you're going to give us, before I like derailed it, like give us... Tell us what's going on with the story.
It's okay. No, I'm just trying to get this screen working, everyone at home. I'm trying to get this stupid Skype screen working here. So check it out. Here's the deal. Okay. He, I guess you know about the submarine stuff or whatever it might be. He saved a bunch of kids or something like this. Yeah.
No, he didn't. He wanted to send his submarine over, and I guess they didn't need it. So one of the divers is like, we don't need your submarine. And I guess Musk didn't like that, so he called him a pedo, like just yeah, okay. That's what I understand. Unless I don't, that as far as I know, that's what happened. I'm not really super up on this.
After that point, I know what happened. After that point, so what happened was he was on Twitter. I guess he got pissed off about that, and he said he called him pedo guy, and everyone got freaked out and pissed off. Right, as they should, I guess, if he wasn't a pedophile. And they're saying, oh my God, Elon Musk, that's horrible. And then I guess he kept he kept going with it, saying, "Sorrow,
He doubled
pedo
down.
guy, you asked for it." No, he tripled down. Check it out. And then they're saying, "Really? Is it true? Is it true?" I was like, "I bet you $1 it's true." And so then he really got mad, right? And then I guess he's like, "Okay, we're gonna bring you to court." And then old Musk, Mr. Musk, he says, "Okay, I'm sorry, right?" Not
Oh,
before,
I didn't know that. I didn't.
Yeah.
Know. It's good. I'm not up on that.
not until after he said, "Stop defending child rapists." So I guess he did call him a full-on pedophile. But then he said, "Okay, I'm sorry," right? But then what happened was he wrote some email somewhere, somehow, something again, and he called him a pedophile again as they're about to drop charges or drop this civil case. He called him a pedophile again. And so
Musk is a loose
they're gonna bring
cannon.
him to
He's a
court.
loose cannon a lot of times. Musk.
Now listen, I probably have it all wrong, but it's something along those lines. But what I do know is now he's saying calling someone a pedo is what we do in South Africa. It's a common insult, as you see here. Pedo guy was a common insult used in South Africa when I was growing up, Mr. Musk said in the court filing as part of a failed request to have a case thrown out of court. It's synonymous with creepy old man, and it's used to insult a person's appearance and demeanor, not accuse a person of pedophilia. So anyway, that's where he is right now. I didn't know that about Musk.
I didn't know that either.
That he grew up in South Africa?
No, that he was calling people pedophiles. I didn't know that.
He's a loose cannon sometimes, definitely.
You think he earned it? His loose cannonry?
No, that wasn't. I mean, there was a thing where he live on one of those like earnings calls. He starts talking about while the stock market's going on. He starts talking about how his stock is going to like something where you're not supposed to do. You're like interfering with the market, and the SEC like came down hard on him. I think it's still an open case, or I don't know what. They take that seriously. You're not supposed to like
insider
say like,
training
"Hey,
stuff.
everybody, my stock's undervalued," while the stock market's going on. Like no, like so. And the guy was like, "I'm all for weed," but this right after that happened, he went on an interview with Joe Rogan and he was smoking weed, which is that's not what you want to be doing right after you have the SEC on your like. So the guy's a loose cannon. I don't like it. I think he's kind of a dick. But I mean, he's doing good things. Like he's developing good stuff, so that's good.
Yeah, but I mean, who gives a fuck if he smoked? I mean, here's the thing, dude. You know, we just need to grow up as people. Like, is he accusing the guy of being a fucking pedophile?
Don't listen to anything Angel says. He's drunk.
I'm so drunk.
I think it's pretty obvious that he was, and he's just using the South Africa thing to cover up. He's just using that as an excuse, right?
Of course he is.
Everybody knows he's calling him what he's doing.
But how weird! I mean, look at this poor guy. Look at that poor pedophile. You know.
But this is somebody that you can see has worked for his own company a long time and didn't have to deal like a regular CEO of a regular company can't get away with that kind of nonsense. You're not going to see the head of General Motors being like, "Yeah, this guy's a pedophile." Like, no, that guy will be gone the next day. That's it, the end of his like CEO.
I mean, what if he called him a fucking asshole? Would that have been better? Like if he just would have been like, "Hey, fuck you, you fucking asshole."
I think
instead
so.
of calling him a pedo.
Yeah, that would have been much better.
What if he called him? Okay? What if he called him Geppetto?
Good one, Jordan.
Let's get some more. Get some more soda.
Yeah, you're getting a little randy with all that fresco over there, buddy.
Soda in there. Get that weird bacteria on the steak is starting to.
Plus,
should pour the fresco on the steak.
Plus, I got the weed, so I'm more randy too, of course, because I'm on the weed.
Yeah, we know how you like to get randy
you get
on the
so
show.
Randy with the weed.
I mean, if you feel like doing anything, I'd say go for it, because we could use all the novelty we can get on this podcast.
Nope, it's going to stay a rated R show only, not rated X. There's no X anymore. It's NC-17 now, isn't it?
Yeah, for about 20 years.
I don't know, man. Is he? I don't know.
No, he's not gay.
Huh?
That's what you're going to ask, right?
No, no. I'm trying to really think. Like, I mean, is calling the guy a pedo guy defamation? Because I'm thinking, like, what if it was me? I'm like, yeah, I'd be like, fuck you. I'm not a pedo, you prick. But at the same point, it's just
Yes,
like I
it
also
is.
don't want it to
It
get
is
to the
defamation.
point.
It is defamation because in this frickin' society that we live in right now, I'm not gonna say fucking. That we live in right now, dude, pedo is like a hot button word, man. Like anything, if a dude just goes, "Oh, you got a nice little boy there," gives him a pat on the head,
Yeah, it's like the worst thing you can say about a guy.
Yeah,
today.
it's the worst thing you can say. Because
I don't know.
it's like
I mean-
it's like psychopathy. You can't escape. Is that a word? Is that the right?
Psychopathy?
And
You can't
and this
escape
guy's just
that
some regular
sentence.
guy. He's not on the level. He's not like on the fame level of Musk. It's not even a fair. It's like so sad.
That
Like, it's not
too.
a fair fight.
That too.
It's just some regular guy, and the guy was like helping save those kids. It's like this guy's a hero, right? Isn't he? He's
Sure.
a diver, right? And then because Musk is a big baby and his little submarine didn't get to be used, he's like just like, fuck you, Musk. You're a dick.
I can agree. I can get behind that. What I'm scared of is the whole, if I tell someone, hey, suck my dick. If I say that to someone and they're just like, oh, he made a sexual, unwanted sexual advance. I'm like, no, I was just telling the guy to suck my dick. He's a jerk.
Suck my dick.
It's, well, no, I mean, like, seriously, you get what I'm fucking saying, It's like,
is that is that the same thing here? You call him a pedo.
yeah, I know. Maybe
That's
I'm,
my-
maybe
You're
I'm,
not like suck my child's dick. You didn't say that. You know what I
No.
mean?
I mean, he's going to
didn't
lose.
go that
I would
far.
think that Musk is going to like settle. Why would he want to go through that trial? He's going to lose.
no, he's going to settle. He's going to settle.
Of course he's going to settle. He's going to go through all that. But he says he doesn't want to settle in the article.
But I'm nothing
He's
against.
going to settle.
I'm probably too like this is just how people act though when they're like it's like not that he's like Trump, but it's the same kind of thing of like these guys get away with everything their whole life, and so that they don't even think about it. Like ruining somebody's life, they're like, who gives a shit? Probably.
No,
not.
I agree. I
That's-
don't think he should have done it. I think he's digging his heels in. Anyway, I can't wait till we get to Mars. And I like the new truck coming out. I think it's neat.
I think it's
All right,
ugly as
Angel.
shit.
All right, guys.
I'm more excited about the moon. I'm more
Yeah,
excited
it's
about
okay.
colonies
I
on the
respect
moon.
that. All right,
The
Angel.
Mars is cool.
This one's for you, Angel. I'm getting a. I'm not going to show the article or anything, but I haven't seen this movie yet, and I'm seeing this article.
Oh.
It says, "Go ahead and admit it. The Irishman is terrible." And I read the article. I haven't seen the movie. Have you guys seen the movie?
I started it. It's
You-
fucking 3 hours long, so I haven't
Okay.
been able to finish it.
Okay. What so far? What did you think about the movie so far?
I thought it was good.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think it was. I mean, it's not Goodfellas, but I thought it was interesting. You have Pesci, who I was dying to see in anything.
How
I'm
is
happy
he?
to see
He
him
he
back.
looks kind of like a weak character, I must say.
No, I mean he's just not. He's not the same tough guy. He's not the same
Right.
huge intimidator. He's more of a talker in this one.
Uh-huh.
And then De Niro's eyes look weird because they did this whole like young De Niro thing,
Okay.
which is a great piece of technology. It's the whole Gemini Man
Yeah.
technology. And but his eyes, something about his eyes, just it's weird. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look real. It's kind of unsettling. But Pacino's great as Hoffa.
Is he
it's
good?
just
He's
very-
good. He's good.
I think he's
looks
great as
weird.
Hoffa.
Does he say join the Teamsters?
Ma's calling me. I'll be right back. I just have to move the cat out of there.
Please hurry. All right. Lou had to go take care of his mother's cat. He'll be back. So yeah, you okay? I don't know. I saw Pacino, and is he supposed to be like all weird and kind of like super old? Listen, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm really not. But like super old. Like he's just acting really old. It seemed to me. In the,
Well, he's
in the
super
trailer.
fucking old.
How old is he?
Oh, dude, Pacino's got to be in his 80s. Let's look.
Because De Niro's only 70 something, right? Which is great. I think De Niro looks fine. I think.
Well, dude, De Niro has been an athletic dude for years too. Yeah. You have to think about that. De Niro, Raging Bull was amazing. De Niro, Cape Fear, was fucking incredible.
He looked like Aikido Dojo Steven Seagal, man.
Yeah, Pacino's almost 80.
Okay, thank you, Luke. Go on, Angel. Go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pacino is.
I just had a fucking nasty bite of that meat.
Oh, there it is, and there it is.
Oh, don't eat the edges. Don't eat the edges.
The edges are almost brown. So De Niro, De Niro is 77. And then Pacino, Pacino is 79.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
But again, you got to think, dude. Fucking De Niro has just been a very athletic, and the guy's always stayed in amazing shape.
Okay.
It's funny, dude. Did you see fucking what was the Eastwood movie where he was the mule? Did you see him take his fucking shirt off?
De Niro or Eastwood?
No, Eastwood.
I think I remember. Yeah. What happened,
dude? He looks fantastic. He's like 90 or something.
Yeah,
and he just looks incredible. But then again, another man who took very good care of himself. It's just fucking.
It's Clint Eastwood. He's the man.
But Sam Elliott's the same way, dude. Sam Elliott looks like he hasn't aged in 20 years.
Well, he also looked like he fucking aged, 20 years ago. He just hasn't gone anywhere since then.
Yeah. But no, I saw that show on Netflix with him. He looks fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, he's great. Yeah, he was forever old and awesome. Well,
and he was in Roadhouse too. I like that.
Fuck yeah,
Roadhouse.
Oh, he's got to call in another guy. He just can't handle this this bar. Got to call in an old classic veteran roundhouser.
I just remember the one thing that always stuck with me is Patrick Swayze's advice to his other bouncers. He's like, if people get out of hand, be nice. If they keep it, be nice. And be nice until it's time not to be nice. That was his big thing.
I give it 2. I be nice once, and that's it. I'll try anything twice. Well, basically the jury is split on the movie, I guess. But I don't know. Rotten Tomatoes seems pretty good. You saw part of it. Fuck it. I'll watch it. We'll move on.
You got to dedicate some time to that one.
Sure.
It's not very fast.
Oh, I'm ready. I love that shit. I love those long movies. Fucking Dance with Wolves, Barry Lyndon. Give it to me. Give it to me. Okay, guys, this is for the brains of the group. Let's see how much you guys like cosmology.
Oh.
Did you know that 19 galaxies are apparently missing dark matter, and nobody knows why? Do you guys know what dark matter is?
Yeah, it's the space. That's space, right?
Nope. Lou, do you know what dark matter is?
I thought that was what Angel thought. That's what I thought it was.
So you think it's empty space?
Or just it's whatever most of the universe is dark matter, I think, apparently.
Most of it's dark matter, but we can't detect it.
Right.
Okay. So it's not necessarily space.
Then how do they know it's missing if they can't detect it? How do they know it's missing in those galaxies?
That is a very good question. You are like a little scientist over there, Lewis. They can detect, they can't say, okay, this is dark matter and hold it in front of you, but they can detect it like evidence, of things happening and they make equations from it, and then they can figure out like, okay, that's why the universe is expanding, or that's why this galaxy is spinning around and getting kind of sucked into the middle. But it shouldn't be doing that because of the regular matter mass that's in the galaxy. There's not enough of it to behave for the galaxies to spin like they do. So they come up with this dark matter equation, and they can apply it across all these different scenarios of universe expanding, accelerating, and then in these galaxies spinning. So now they're looking at these galaxies, and then they're realizing, okay, from these equations, from our predictions, there's dark matter everywhere. What is like 90% of the universe or something like that, right? So what they're finding out is that these galaxies don't have any of it in there. And if this stuff's supposed to be everywhere, why isn't it in these galaxies? What do you guys think about that?
I know where the dark matter was.
I'm
I know where
gauging you here. I'm gauging your
I know where it
depth
is. I know
of
where the dark matter.
cosmology here.
The dark matter was in your pants in your stripper story.
Well, I think there's your measurement.
And there's none in these galaxies. So I may have to go visit.
It's on your
My
underwear in
pants.
that dumpster. That's where that dark matter is.
That was funny.
That was a good. That's
That was a good one.
I'm
See,
happy
Lou?
when I can tell the same joke twice and it still gets a laugh. That's good. That's a thumbs up.
Well, that dumpster thing, you added to it. You see what I mean?
But it's still the same. But it was
No.
basically
That's what I mean.
I added. Okay.
You add it. You didn't just say, oh, it's on your, but the dark matter's your poo, Jordan. You said my shorts in the dumpster. You add it. That's funny. So we're helping Lou, because Lou's funny. Lou is funny, but we're helping him really slay the audience. That was funny. Very
Thank
good.
you. I appreciate it. It's the hat.
All right.
I'm just living. I'm working off the brawn energy.
That's okay. Oh, I don't have pit stain. Good. I get it all the time. It's awful. Okay, well, I can tell you guys aren't, but this is what I'm gonna switch to this next one here. Okay.
Okay.
They found an ultra-massive black hole that they've never found. And they haven't found one this big ever. And basically they're saying like the biggest one they found, I guess back in the day, was 17 solar units. Is that what they're saying? 17 solar masses. And one solar mass, listen to me. One solar mass is 333,000 Earths. Okay? That's one solar mass. So they were saying, okay, we found this black hole that was 17 solar masses. And they're saying, oh, no, that's
Can you say
crazy.
how big our sun is? Is like our sun one solar mass?
No.
Because there's different size suns.
No.
Confusing.
No. I think the solar mass is like the size of our solar system.
Oh, I guess that would make. Yeah, I'm thinking of a sun, but no. But solar is also for sun, though. I think that's what.
I don't know what that is. Solar system. I don't know. That's a very good question. But anyway, November, they were stumped. They discovered a black hole so heavy it shouldn't exist, and that was 70 solar masses. So guess this frickin' black hole is 40 billion solar masses. And they were saying that 70 solar masses is impossible. And now they're finding one at 40 billion. 40 billion.
What if it just sucked up the rest of the universe and we're all stuck in there, just kind of going like, this sucks?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's 40 billion. Christ, dude. Christ.
I mean, does it matter, though? Would it matter if you're on Earth and you're stuck in a black hole? You're still on Earth. Maybe it probably would matter, but you could also say maybe it doesn't matter because you're still just chilling on Earth.
Do you know how black holes work?
I think, like, time is different. Time moves differently.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Maybe you're watching Interstellar.
But
too
does
much.
it just crush
No,
everything?
no.
Like, could the Earth couldn't go into a black hole? Would it just get crushed?
What happens is, let's say
Rips apart
this microphone.
every fucking atom.
Let's say this microphone, this right here is the black hole, right? Or let's say this is like the middle of the black hole, and this is the edge. So when you go into the black hole, right? Let's say you're normal here, but when you get here, number one, light can't get away. But when you start falling into the black hole, this part of your body, compared to this part of your body, is under like way more gravitational pull. So it actually stretches your body out. Because this is so much heavier than this, you know, the top part of your body. So you actually get what's called spaghettification. And that's the actual scientific term.
So would you perish? Like a person wouldn't survive? They would just get crunched or stretched out?
I mean, you're stretched into spaghetti. You know, I don't know. It seems to me like you'd probably die. Because your body here on the top is so much lighter than the body on the bottom or whatever, that it just stretches you out. Like it just physically stretches you out.
At least you could be like, I died from physics. That's kind of cool. That could be your last thought. Like, how many people get to die from physics?
Well, I mean, we all die from physics.
But not something like that, like real, like cool physics.
I died from cool physics.
I died from cool physics. Yeah, like not just like falling off a building, like a black hole spaghettified you. That's a
Angel
cool way to
doesn't
die.
believe in physics. Okay, Angel, what do you have to say?
I definitely believe in physics. But I know, to be honest with you, none of that shit, I don't know, it doesn't bother me. I don't even think about that. The shit that is always in the back of my head is quantum mechanics. And the theory of, you know, like, well, I don't even know if it's a theory. It's kind of been proven that, you know, electrons will act differently under observation.
Yes,
as
isn't that weird?
It's fucking the strangest thing. And then we always think of something
finish the thought. An electron will behave differently depending on whether or not one is
it's being observed.
Looking at it or measuring it. And it's just like that. It took me so long to really like wrap my head. Literally, if you look at the electron with your eye, it will change the way that it physically behaves.
Yep.
Otherwise,
if you have a camera pointed at it,
even if you have whatever you've got to look at it, not your eye. Obviously, you can't see it with your eye, but whatever little trick that we use. In other words, if we have so basically it behaves like a certain way when no one's looking. But when you look at it, the whole fucking thing behaves in a different way with a camera or a measuring device. And basically the intention of trying to measure it is what changes the behavior. That's crazy.
It's also the fact, I mean, like when you start getting into quantum physics and you start getting into quantum mechanics, you start realizing that we only interpret size in what we know, like ourselves, you know? So it's just like the size of the fucking universe might be a pin, you know, the size of the entire universe. That whole fucking giant black hole might be just this tiny little thing in comparison to what's really out there, or what's really going on. We have no fucking concept of it, but we think of these things is grand in scale because we're comparing it to either the size of human beings, the size of our planet, the size of our fucking solar system. So it's just like when you hear something like that in retrospect, yeah, you're just like, fuck, that's gnarly.
Well, I guess a solar unit might be the size of the sun. Let's say it is, you know, but like 40 billion suns. Let's just say it's just a sun. 40 billion suns, bro.
That's nuts.
Just that. It might even be, a solar unit might be bigger.
But then you also have to think, how are things affected that go into black holes? Like something that's so super massive like that, what would our relative size to it be? Like you're talking about the spaghettification type of thing. And it's just like, well, at what point does that occur with something that goes into a black hole? You know, it's like saying, okay, you turn on your garbage disposal, right? So if you put a piece of pasta in your garbage disposal, it's going to get chopped up. But if you put a grain of fucking sand in it, is it going to affect anything? You see what I'm saying?
Is it going to fuck up your disposal?
No, like the grain of sand. Like if you throw a grain of sand, like one little fucking grain of sand into a garbage disposal,
Yes.
it's going to get affected, but not nearly as quickly as, let's say, a piece of pasta. So it's just like that.
Like spaghetti?
Yes, that's kind of where I'm going with this, Jordan.
Okay. So if you throw spaghetti in a black hole, or
so what I'm saying is just if you throw spaghetti, if you throw
so what
a
you're
large
trying
enough,
to find out is what happens to spaghetti when it goes in a black hole.
no, God damn it,
It turns into angel hair.
that's it. I'm gone. Leave me.
No, come on. I'm not trying to lure you. I'm not trying to lure you, man. I'm not trying to lure you.
You just lewd the fuck out of it. But no, what I'm saying is relative to size, like it would take, let's say we start getting engulfed by this thing. It would take us, lifetimes to even realize that we're going to get fucking sucked into this thing. You know what I'm saying? But if it's the size of the sun, then it's just like, oh shit, no, we're going to feel every inch of that. That's going to suck.
Oh, I don't know. No, I think it.
Whoa.
Here's a problem. I think when you, of course, to you it doesn't seem this way, but when you approach a black hole, and let's say I'm watching you, Angel, approach a black hole, right? And I'm safe, but I'm watching you go. You will slow down in time. And you will totally freeze before you even enter. In my view, your time will slow down, and you will just be frozen, either in it or outside of it, right outside of it. From my point of view, you will actually cease, like your time will stop, or at least almost stop, right? So from my point of view, but from your point of view, it'll be normal, and it actually your stretchification will happen very, very quickly. Very fast. So you just be like, blip. But from my point of view, you'll be timeless. That's according to the laws of general relativity.
As I was editing this, I actually realized that I'm not really sure if this is true or not, and I don't have enough time to research it.
What do you think about that? You gonna sleep tonight?
Yeah.
Does that weird you out? No, okay, it's not a big deal.
No, not in the slightest.
It's kind of weird to me. Kind of weird to me a little bit.
It's kind of trippy, but I'm also high.
I'm starting to get more and more aware of existence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think as you get older, you start to understand mortality, and then once you start to wrap your brains around that, I mean, I think I go through little existential crises every once in a while about just the nature of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realize that the panic doesn't do me any good. It's not changing anything.
However, if you really let that panic go, it will kind of solve the problem on its own. But
when you say let it go, are you talking about just letting yourself feel that panic?
Yeah. I mean, now we're getting into fucking philosophical, spiritual discussions, but no, if you let go, in meaning that there is no one who can let go. There is nobody who's panicking. There's nobody who can stop the panicking. You are not really there. If you come to that realization, then the panic will stop. But as long as you're trying to do anything, including letting go, including having a realization, then it won't work.
Well, that's your fucking ego.
Well, that's it, because you're trying to do something, even be ego-less, it's. But when you realize that there's no possible way to do that, and that the ego is there, then you go, oh, I see. There's nothing I could do. Huh. When you realize that you are in an ego field, at least for now, and that whatever you do is futile, you literally go, and it is an ego realization as well at the same time. And that's why it works.
Yeah, no, it's a little dance that your fucking mind plays. And I've had that. Like, I told you that was my whole thing. Like where I'm like, I'll stop and I'll like break down. And I'll be like, I don't want to fucking die. I want to continue to exist. And then I'll stop and be like, what, dude, what are you doing? Just who gives a shit? Like,
Hitting
it's
rock bottom.
It's all.
Yeah.
But it comes and it goes. It's weird. It's like these weird little waves. Anyway, who's Sub-Zero here on the fucking screen?
No, it's good. No, let's get this good conversation. What about you, Lou? Do you have existential crises?
What? I'm too high for that. I don't live a life of there's not. I don't. Panic is not something that happens too often for me. Because I'm pretty like mellow. I mean, I've gotten depressed before, but panic is no. I don't tend to get. Yeah, I just live a.
I think depression falls a bit in there as well. You know, like depression's a part of that whole panic spectrum and kind of getting deep into some weird shit that's not normal waking everyday happy-go-lucky life. You know. Okay. Anyway, thank you, Lou. Lou's a happy guy. Everybody, take it from Lou. Take a lesson from Lou, everybody. Let me show you this one. Lou just, what did he hang up?
No,
he's still there.
Did he freak up and freak out and hang up? Like, I can't take this anymore.
You can, you can see how upset I am.
No. Okay, guys, listen. This is important stuff. Amica Harris admits she's tired 1 week after giving birth to Chris Brown's son.
What is she tired of?
I don't know. That's enough. Okay. This, I'll play this thing, but this guy right here in South Australia, he went out into this frickin' outback here. And he went out with two other people. And this guy's pointed out he came in from the fucking outback. I mean, it's crazy. Bear Grylls landed from his helicopter on the outback, immediately pissed in his canteen and drank it. Immediately.
Well, that shit's terrifying.
Yeah. And so he's like, I'm going to need every drop I can get. And so he goes out. They go out on a road trip, this man and two women. They go out on a road trip. Not this guy. He's the guy that saved them. And this girl's like, oh, one of them's fucked. And they go out on a road trip. They get stuck in an arroyo in a dry riverbed. Okay? And look at this shit. Look at that. They get stuck in an arroyo in a dry riverbed. And they are there for, this is on the 19th. They're there for 2 days, and they leave the car. They're by a watering hole. Oh, no, they found a watering hole. And then two of them said, okay, listen, lady. So they get stuck in this riverbed here. Listen, lady, we're going to leave you at this watering hole. We're going to try to find help. Okay. So man and a woman, they get the cars here and they find some watering hole here. I don't know what the hell this is, Stewart's Well up here, but this is where they found the guy. And so anyway, they go off to try to find civilization, and two of them who went off, they split up 2 days before the dude was found. They went back to the vehicle or wherever they left the other girl. They got her, but the original lady who split up from the guy, they still haven't found her. She's still fucking out there.
Oh, she's dead.
And they're saying, well, I hope we have another miracle, basically, because it's a miracle that basically that this guy made it out. But dude,
I can't believe they found the girl in the car.
Well, I mean, she's in the river, like you can see here, it's pretty well carved out, this river is pretty much there. I don't know why he didn't leave both of them. But dude, where's that shot? Look at this shit. Oh my God.
Vast nothing, dude.
I thought you said that's nothing, dude. Have you ever been like fucked like that?
To that extent, no. I remember I remember you telling me a story when your truck broke down with Kevin.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell the story here because it's on Low City, actually, another podcast that I was running. Low City Podcast. You can find it on iTunes. And it's called Poolside Karma. Just getting real rich with those keywords. Yeah, man, that was fucked up in the middle of Mexico. Same thing. We got stuck in a riverbed.
I think the only reason I've never been in that situation is I've never been in an area of vast nothingness like that. Like, I mean, I've broken down plenty of times. I've been stranded. I've been left in other parts of a city by a police officer to fuck with me, but I've never been in like the middle of a desert.
What? A police officer left you somewhere to fuck with you?
Yeah, I got busted. Well, I didn't even get busted, but we were just talking shit to a couple police officers. This is when I was younger, and I was visiting a friend in New York, and we were just talking shit to the guy, and the cop was a real dick, and then he took us both, like he was going to take us to our fucking parents' house, and we were in Brooklyn. He drove us to Harlem, and this is at like 10 o'clock at night, and he let us out, and he's just like, fuck you, get out of my car. And you know, we were really young at the time. Like nothing, I don't think anything would have happened to us, but it was terrifying. We had no fucking way to get home. We had no money. You know, it's just like we knew what subway to fucking take, but then we got to jump the turnstiles or we got to fucking go through the fire exit, which is pretty common. You know, it's just like it wasn't that big of a fucking deal. But we were terrified because we just didn't know where the fuck we were. It was a borough that I wasn't living in New York at the time, and my friend wasn't very familiar with the fucking borough. So we were just walking around. And we made it home. We were fine. A couple people like looked at us and just gave us a, what the fuck are you doing here? It's in the middle of the night.
It was like the Warriors. Got guys running after you with baseball bats, fucking the baseball guys and that weird
that's
dude
what
with
you
the chicken
think.
face.
That's what you think is going to happen. But it's really just, you walk around, you're terrified. But we were so young, it's just like, no one's going to do anything to you.
I got to tell you, I love that whole thing that New York was supposed to be growing up, just all that guys with like switchblades, like, like punk, was that real, dude? Was that really how, is that just the level of crime and just everyone's getting robbed or was it just a meme? Was it just like a funny thing that people just over exaggerated?
No, I think the 80s and the 90s, New York was pretty rough. And, at least Brooklyn was, it's funny because I never thought of it that way, but like I would tell people where I lived, and I was just like, oh yeah, you know where the Nathans is? I used to live right up the street. They're like, dude, that's a fucking project, and I was just like,
well,
it was
Brooklyn.
all right.
I mean, Brooklyn back then, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that was you're talking about late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah,
so it was rough. It was the area where I was pretty fucking rough, and now it seems very tame. In comparison,
just like Final Fight and like Narc,
Well,
Narc.
I've seen people stabbed on the subway. I've seen people get the shit. I've seen so many fucking fights. I've seen people running from the police. I've seen fucking police shooting at people. Like New York is a crazy fucking. It's a crazy place, but there's just so many people just jammed in together. I don't know. It's a great town though. It's a great town.
Yeah, I might want to go in spring. Might be going in the spring. See what's
Go
going
to
on.
Brooklyn. It's a good borough.
What about you, Lou? You ever been lost? Like maybe you found yourself at the wrong Jack in the Box or something?
No, nothing too noteworthy. Just like little kid stuff. I don't have a good story about getting lost.
Little kid stuff.
Unless you talk about like spiritually lost or something. I've been spiritually lost before, but that's not really a story.
You've been spiritually lost, really?
I want to hear
Sure,
this.
but it's not a story. I just like that's just stating a fact. At times I felt lost.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna pull a very boring story out of this.
How did you find your way then?
I don't have a good answer for that. See, I'm telling you, You're gonna go down this road, but I'm telling you, the only thing on this road is just boring stories. Every street is a boring story.
Trying to open
on
you
this
up
particular
here.
road.
Okay, all right.
I'll open up, but not about open up about something like LeBron or something. Then you get
God.
or like Skeleton Crew or something like that. Then I'll or cats. Talk about cats or something.
First episode, Skeleton Crew is being recorded on Thursday.
No, actually, Todd can't make it this Thursday. I think we'll try for next week.
Oh my God! So you're never gonna get anything done.
You're gonna be on the debut episode. I can see you're excited.
This is why I insist on getting shit done, because it's just like otherwise it never gets done. Now you're gonna wait till next week.
Rice?
So now this is why we're doing this episode exactly, because I gotta put something out, man. I promise everybody. All right, guys, let's get back to business here. They are bringing back to life fucking coral reefs. I love stories like this. They figured out how to bring life back to these bleached, fucked coral reefs, right? That have been fucked from the hot, warm water. Listen, you know what? I'm really going to do a deep dive on global warming and climate change because, man, I really want to find out what's going on. So far to date, I believe in it. I believe there's climate change, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it'd be really dumb if I really didn't look into it and like actually get the real story.
Have you seen the Al Gore movies? Have you seen those two Al Gore movies about the?
I know there's a bunch of shit happening, and that's for sure. And I know that the amount of carbon in the environment is because of humans, and I know that because they can read the radiation coming off of the carbon, and they know that comes from fossil fuels being burned. Like they know this. Whether or not that's doing it, I believe it is, and yeah, I would like to see what all these crazy people's arguments are that it's not humans making it. I would like to see all this. I would like to know what it is that they're freaking talking about. I think it's fair to look.
There really is no. That's just a figment of the Republicans want people to believe. There is no counter arguments. Like 99.99% of the scientists agree, and there's like one.
I know, yeah.
Scientist that they'll come out and say, and they'll try to say, that means it's not clear what's happening. No, that's Al Gore points out that's totally false.
One of the only scientific studies that pointed out, hey, this, and it literally, I think it was just like, there's no conclusive evidence that humans are causing it. It was like maybe. That was the fucking conclusion. I was told that study was done by a company that worked for the petroleum companies. So it's just like a biased fucking study,
Absolutely.
And even if, and here's the thing, everyone that I've ever fucking talked to that's just like, well, I don't know if it's real. It's just like, okay, well, do you trust fucking science? Do you trust a large amount of scientists, right? Do you trust the majority? Because if you don't trust the fucking majority, then don't take any fucking medications. Don't fucking vaccinate your fucking kids. Don't do anything, because all of that evidence is based on a majority of scientists saying, hey, do this because it's a good thing to do. Mm-hmm. Like, if you don't believe in fucking any of that shit, and you're not going to back those scientists, then don't fucking believe in modern medicine.
I absolutely.
It's the same conclusion.
It's not a majority of scientists, it's all the scientists.
I agree. Listen, as of now, I believe that that's how it is that we're fucking the planet. I believe that, right? And what I want to do, though, is this is what I always find out is I say we're fucking the planet, and then I fill in all the gaps with my own imagination. So I'll say, so how bad are we fucking the planet? How bad is everything? What are the real numbers? What are the real this? Most of that I find, most of what I find when it comes to those kinds of things is when my mind is filling in those gaps, and those gaps that I filled in, the information is wrong, not the whole story. So I want to find out what the real frickin' deal is, what the real consensus is, like what is it that they're actually saying? Like what is the actual time that we have with this and sustained farming. And, you know, like for instance, like cows farting, right? Farting CO2, right?
Methane.
And they're saying, methane. And they're saying, oh my God, that's the reason. And it turns out that fucking plants, making certain plants and certain like soy and even wheat, I think like this, essentially makes just as much of a problem as do the cows, because the cows are farting, right? And whatever it is they're eating is not that big of a deal in terms of like carbon footprint. But like when you make like soybeans and things like this, the carbon footprint, the shit that it requires to make that happen is, I guess, more than the cows, like more than cows farting and more than, you know, just stuff like this, you know, like shit like this. I mean, like what I'm saying, I don't have the exact facts, but it is something like this where, and it's very clear evidence and all this stuff where it's like people are saying, yeah, this is happening and this is happening, and it's really loud, right? This fact is really loud. Yeah, okay, cows fart methane, right? But then you just need to look at all the other shit that's going on with agriculture and things that are actually supporting like vegan diets and things like this, and then there's all these figures there. For instance, one more thing, Tesla cars. You're not supposed to get rid of your car and buy a Tesla. You're actually fucking the planet more if you do that. The thing you should do is wait until your car is dead, right? And then go buy a Tesla. Because basically, whatever it took to make that Tesla, the carbon footprint in and of itself is it's not worth it until your current car is not running anymore. Then you go buy the Tesla. But everyone's dumping their cars and buying Teslas, and they're actually fucking the planet more because of what it takes to build that Tesla.
But I mean, here, you know, that's a good point. But it's just like human beings are so fucked in the sense that they don't care. They really, like most people, do not give a shit about the long-term future. Because if you did, like, let's say, if you go to all the heads of these car manufacturers, right? Let's say Porsche, let's say Mercedes, let's say fucking BMW, the big, like these big expensive ones, right? They're really popular. You go to them and you say, hey, do you believe in climate change? And they're like, yeah, sure. Of course I do. And then you're just like, cool. Are you going to make all your cars electric? All the new ones that you're selling from this moment on to try and better humanity? Well, no. Why? Well, because gas stations. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of money in that.
Well, of course. Yeah.
So it's just like, so in the long term, we would rather give a shit about making more money in the short term than saving the planet in the long.
Well, of course.
You gotta have the right kind of power plants too. Like if you have electric vehicles, but you're charging them at a coal-fired power plant, it's not really doing anything for global warming.
Right,
the power plant where you generate the electricity has got to be clean too.
Exactly, right, and that's the whole thing. That's my whole point. Is there's all this other fringe stuff that's not so fringe, you know, like even these facts about. So I just want to really learn, like this whole thing, Game Changers, right? Mm-hmm. You know, I didn't see the Rogan episode and I didn't see the movie, but right away I'm just like, this looks like one of those movies. You know, I think you and I were talking about this, Angel, right? And
yeah, well, that's what triggered my whole thing.
Okay, yeah, and James Cameron's behind it and everything like this, and you know, we all saw the Rogan episode. You know, I don't need to say it, but yeah, that kind of stuff. There's so much shit I learned on that episode that I'm going like, wait, man, fuck it. Hold on a second. You know, like, okay, I better fucking look into this. You know, just like my folks going, all those Muslims, you know, and things like this, and I'm like, no, you shouldn't say those Muslims, mom and dad, you know, kind of thing. But I was like, even before I say that, I better know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I went and learned about ISIS and how they formed and the reason they're doing what they're doing, and with a very in-depth article, very in-depth sources, you know, that, you know, I don't know. I think there's a lot to learn. Kind of that factfulness book, Lou, you were talking about.
Well, that's like all like a positive thing, showing how people think the world is much worse off than it is. So
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like even this global warming thing, like what does it really mean? Like what do people think is really going to happen compared to what's really projected that's going to happen, you know? Like, how bad will it really? Do people think it's going to get compared to what's actually happening? And I think
it's supposed to be pretty bad.
Yeah,
because like you're gonna dislocate like maybe like billions of people. You know, if the seas rise, like then like India no longer is just underwater. Like that's the poor people are gonna get hit the worst because the rich people can afford to build like walls, and the poor people are just gonna be like their land's gonna be like gone.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take quite a long time for those significant of enough changes to hit. But in the next 50 years, I mean, the temperature that's currently a Palm Springs summer will be in Los Angeles.
That's crazy, man.
Right? So it's just like, imagine like areas like Palm Springs. It's like, okay, if that means that temperature is going to be the norm in Los Angeles, the fuck is the desert going to be like?
Oh my God.
It's going to be like, Morocco, or it's going to be like I don't know if Morocco's that.
Dude, did you know Death Valley? I mean, it's right next to Palm Springs, basically, is the hottest recorded temperature on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that for a while. That's amazing.
Oh, dude, Death Valley's fucking gnarly. It's fucking gnarly.
Well, right now, all the streets in Delhi are melting, and I mean, it's like, it's crazy. It's super crazy. So that's why I like these stories. I like these stories about corals. They figured out this thing with this coral stuff where if they put speakers underwater and they play a certain sound, god damn, lose fucking screen. If they play a certain sound, it attracts the fish to come back. Isn't that amazing?
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
What they found out was these little things inside of the coral were dying off, but those little things in the coral were making noises that the fish were using to home in on the coral's location. Young fishes. Young fish. So they figured out this noise and they're playing it, and the goddamn fish are coming back, and they're not only coming back, but they're staying. They say they have 50% more activity in the corals.
No shit.
Isn't that great? Huh?
I mean, that's a prime fishing spot then, right?
Dude, I mean, listen. all of the goddamn fish, I didn't even know this either. Most of the fish are near the shore. Like maybe 100 miles out from the shore, something like that. You know what I mean? I thought they're all over the freaking ocean, dude. I
mean, I think there's fish like in the deep ocean, but I think most of them congregate towards land, right? Like
most of them are near the shore, like the vast majority.
Yeah.
Which is scary to me. See, look, that little fishy.
Well, I mean, if we emerged if we emerged from the fucking sea originally, that kind of makes sense, right?
You got that right, Angel.
See, if you just went out in the middle of nowhere in the ocean, you had like a really, really, really big life raft, you could have like a little house there and nobody would bother you, right? You'd just be kicking it in the ocean, right?
There's a guy that tried to do that.
Probably a boat would be a better idea now that I'm thinking about it.
There's a guy that's trying to build his own island off of recycled material.
And in the ocean, like in the middle of nowhere. And there's no law against it, right? There's no law out there.
He's building it off of a coast, but he's just, that's just initially get it going. And then he wants to just kick that off and then just be like, yeah, it goes anywhere it wants.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to make an island, basically, you're saying.
He did. He's made an island. It's been destroyed a few times by like tsunamis and hurricanes, but he keeps rebuilding. It keeps getting bigger.
Like, because they do that in the...
Let me see if I can get a thing of this.
I think around like Dubai or in the Middle East, they did that. Some of those countries that they just needed more land and they just built some man-made like islands, I think. Or expanded onto where it was already there. I think they did that somewhere in the Middle East, if I remember correctly.
Jeffrey Epstein had an island.
Did he, Jordan? Yeah, here we go.
That is did you find it?
Yeah, I did.
Send it over.
Great Pacific.
Have you ever built an island, Lou?
I have not.
Lou is an island.
Where are you sending it, buddy?
I'm
air.
trying to.
Dead air.
I know.
Dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air. Da-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
I'm gonna send it to you on Skype. I'm just trying to find a good link for you.
I put
This is
mine
a
in
good
the
one.
lose Moonhead folder. That permanent folder. That's all the stuff's going to go.
No,
in.
he's not sending it on Drive.
I'm saying that's where I put my file in the lose Moonhead folder.
Yeah, he's not trying to send it on Drive. He's trying to send me a link. All right.
I did via. There
So
you go.
check this guy out. He looks like Randy West, the porn star.
He does.
I like him already. So this is his island, though?
Yeah.
No, it's got foliage and shit on it?
Yeah. No, dude. Like it's a full on island. Like
Like
he
how
grows
big?
his own stuff.
How big of an island? Like what's
Well,
the
look at
square?
it.
Is it just like you can literally walk across it and like?
It
is
looks
it
like a boat. It
is it
looks
like-
like a little
oh.
boat.
So it's like me, like 20 feet by.
So,
it's not big.
here's this is an older article too. So this is grown, and
Look at
this is
that.
like the third iteration of it.
He's in Mexico. Oh, dude, I could visit this guy.
Oh,
I
dude,
wonder if
he
it's-
totally should. He seems
Yeah,
like a
let's look
really
at-
nice and interesting person.
let's-
Does
too.
he
let's
live
look
on
at-
it? Does he actually
Let's
live
look
on
at this.
it?
Let's look at this.
Yeah.
Let's look at
The
this.
power of love, the power of faith, is the most beautiful and most powerful power in the universe. And
Okay.
the more we...
All right, let's look at the island.
He just seems like such an endearing guy.
Look, he's pulling his fucking island. Look at
hard
that.
to get the plants to start growing, you know.
And is that what holds everything together?
Yeah, that's in bags.
Wow.
It's like old fruit and vegetable sacks.
Yeah.
And then I lay that with plywood that I find from all over the place. And what happens is the plywood and the pallets that I use to put on the top, that rots away as well. So I have to keep putting new pieces on until the root. So it depends. If the trees are growing fast, then actually I don't need to change the wood, and it just turns into a
Fascinating.
So
Wow.
I use the trash that floats.
And it stays buoyant from plastic.
Lift the yogurt cartons, plastic bags, glass bottles, tin cans, everything goes inside the same bag. And what I do
Wow.
is
Yeah, it looks
coffee or
like
whatever.
I got
Give me my
my
granola.
truck.
So he's living there, right? He's actually living
Yeah.
there, like week after week.
Week after week, day after day, year after year.
How long has he been living there?
I don't know how long he's Angel. Do you have an answer? No.
I'm trying to look through it now.
Well,
No.
don't worry. That's amazing. I love it. That's good. That's good. That's good.
I think it's
That's nice.
awesome.
Yeah, I would do it. I would totally do it. I swear to God, I had
Yeah.
the best day today. I had the best goddamn day today. I woke up and my mind was completely free. And I knew the show was going to be shitty today, and it just didn't matter. It really didn't. And it was just a lovely feeling. And that's what I imagine this guy's experiencing every damn day. Well, let's see if we can get him on. Maybe we can get him on the show. That'd be fun.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Yeah, oh man. It's fucking green as shit, dude. Check out his Facebook page.
Send me a link.
Holy shit.
Send me a link.
Yeah, I'm sending it right
How
now.
old, how old was that article that Jordan is sharing? It's not. That's
Where?
That was from 2015.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
But
Got it.
holy shit, it's green, dude.
All right, let's take a look.
That
Let's
is
take a look.
nice.
Jim. Oh man, look at that shit.
Ay, caramba.
It's gotten a lot bigger, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Where is this?
Oh.
Where is this island?
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's beautiful.
But where is this taking place?
Oh, no.
It's a little island off of Cancun.
Cancun, way the fuck over there. Oh my god. So he's a Yucatan, Cancun, Tulum, Playa del Carmen, Bacalar guy. I see. He's probably lives down in Bacalar. Well, that's neat. Well, that's cool. All right. Well, we'll try to get him on the show. That'd be funny. Okay.
Yeah, no. He's way up there. He's
I-
up. He's north.
I have the last big bit of news here before I jump into lightning round neat stuff. This is good news for Lou now that he's going out there, and you too, buddy. They have a very high hopes of having an HIV vaccine in 2021.
Hooray.
That's
And
good.
they say because you always hear about this, right? Cure for AIDS coming, you know. They say that this trial, this HVTN 702, is going into efficacy study, which they say we have 3 vaccines being tested in efficacy trials. And it takes quite a bit to actually be promising enough in the earlier stages of trials to move forward into efficacy study. I've been hoodwinked a lot on these promises of cures and whatnot. But this looks pretty interesting, I must say. Angel, go ahead, man. Come on.
I have a good friend who was diagnosed with HIV a few years back, a very, very close friend of mine. And he, didn't come from a very wealthy economic family. He wasn't wealthy himself. He worked a very, very lower middle class job. He still does. And he recently was just told that he is non-detectable. And I was so thrilled for him. I was so happy. And it was just so scary, It was just like, it was scary to find out that he had it because, this guy is such a close friend of mine and I love him to death. So it broke my heart. But then to hear that he's non-detectable, I wanted to just cry. Even thinking about it now, I get teary. But I was so happy. So to hear that this is like, this is actually kind of coming. It is, I made a small gesture about it, but it's actually really cool. I think it's really awesome.
Yep. Yeah. What can I say? I don't know. It's always nice when you have one less thing to worry about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jamba.
What do you think? Does that make you feel a little better about getting out there and sowing your wild oats?
That's not like that's not really one of my forefronts to my fears of getting HIV. I'll be careful. I use a condom.
Only sailors use condoms. Lou.
That's not true.
Well, anyway, that was the big scare back in the day, man. Like, we were so freaked out about that stuff. And then I found out all this stuff. And then suddenly everyone, like your friend, like our friend, mutual friend, they're undetectable. Why the hell didn't Magic Johnson die? Like we were to say, when's Magic Johnson going to die?
He has to stay on the cocktail, though, right? Just because you're undetectable. Because I heard Magic Johnson did that way back. He was undetectable. Then he thought, oh, I don't need to take that. And then it goes right. So I think your friend, as far as I know, you still have to stay on the cocktail, I think, right? Even if you're undetected. Doesn't mean you're like free of it. It just means that.
But they made you think that you were going to die. I mean, it was a death sentence. You're dying.
It was a death sentence.
And it was. But then it's like slowly, it's just like I said, Magic Johnson didn't die. And like, I don't know. And then like suddenly you don't hear so much about it. Suddenly nobody's dying of it anymore, And then it's like, okay. But it's so burned into our minds, man. It was so scary, man, back then. Wow.
I mean, God only knows if Demolition Man taught me anything, God only knows what's going to happen next.
What? Yeah, what's happened there?
You remember in Demolition Man, she said first there was HIV, then there was this and this, then there was this and this. And that's why they had sex through the virtual reality thing, so they didn't have to touch each other.
You mean the like the flashing camera shit?
Yeah.
Well, I'd have virtual reality sex.
I just like how my favorite thing is how stupid that mastermind is. He was all like, "I made it so you can't kill me," and then just goes, "Oh, you kill him then." Like he didn't think that. Like how could the guy not think that through? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, they also wipe their ass with seashells. So,
well, no, they don't say. They never tell you that mystery of how it works.
They never divulge.
Well, I guarantee you, it has to do with wiping your ass.
It was cool seeing Wesley Snipes just go to town on 10 police that are just basically standing there telling him to have a nice day. That's kind of fun, though.
I thought it was a great movie. Fantastic film.
I love that fucking
And Taco Bell was still big.
The Taco Bell was great.
Join
Dennis
me.
Leary.
at the Taco Bell.
At Taco Bell.
And he wanted to eat a steak. He was like, I want a steak. That's all I remember.
And he's like, how come?
Like Dennis Leary's
how
like,
come?
he's always like, I want to do this. I want to do that. All I remember is like, I want to eat a steak. That's all I remember.
All I remember him saying is that how come he's like whatever that character. How come he knows how to like do karate and jujitsu and he's like super strong and only skill I've learned in the cryo station is to knit. That was the only thing that he got the benefit that Stallone got.
My favorite scene in that was when he ran out. He couldn't find any toilet paper. And he didn't know how to use the shells, so he just walks up to the machine. He's like, "Fuck, shit, God, motherfucker!" He just gets all the paper.
Oh, the paper. Oh, yeah, the demerits.
That's writing, baby. That's writing. That's beautiful.
John Spot. Do you find one?
One credit for the misuse of the verbal language. John Spot. Beautiful. Great film.
So good.
Kind of a surprising film, you know? Kind of like Starship Troopers. It's just like, I like this movie. You didn't like it?
Still kind of on the fence of.
Oh my God! It's one of the
bugs. I like
one
it.
of the
I
most
love the book.
stories.
The book was amazing.
Just so fun. It's just huge. They go to training, and then they're thrown in for the first time, and then they get good at it. I would get so baked and watch that film. It was so much fun.
And Michael Ironside's in it, so you get those good lines of like, if you try to run, I'll kill you. If you stop fighting, I'll kill you myself. Like all these like good like Michael Ironside sayings.
Everyone fights. No one quits.
Nobody quits. If you quit, I'll kill you myself. and then the Casper Van Dien jumps on the tanker bug and goes like and puts the bomb in. And it just blows
and
up.
it's all like flap, like a toilet exploding. I love it.
Tanker bugs.
Oh man, great shit.
And they were so not ready. There's that one thing where they're so not ready. They just land on that moon. They're like, what the fuck? They just all got just wasted because they're so not ready.
Do you want to live forever?
Well, then you have those guys. So it's so cheesy. I mean, it was such a cheesy movie, but it was perfect.
Super cheesy.
Oh, super fucking cheesy. But the whole bug thing, I don't know what it was. It was balanced. You know, it had
Doogie Howser and it had Charlie Sheen's ex-wife.
Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris is like, in the beginning.
It's
he's
brain
like, and he's like, we're going back to pee. Like, he just turned into this super weird caricature.
Yeah, psychic.
Yeah, psychic science guy, but before he was like a normal guy.
They were pretty advanced, though. They remember they were hitting Argentina. They were hitting like Buenos Aires from like millions of miles away by like shooting like that's some pretty good accuracy.
Yeah, like light years away.
Maybe that's why I had a bias against it. They blew up Argentina.
You need to come to my country home
when he was
Buenos
checking
Aires.
his scores. Remember when he was checking his scores and he was like he failed, and Doogie Howser somehow made it the whole screen said he failed. He somehow hacked. He's like, there's your score. Fail.
Yeah, I remember that.
Casper Van Dien wasn't a smart guy, but he knew how to fight.
Yeah, he was the worst. Actually, that one girl that dies that he screwed, and he's like, you have 10 minutes, and then Ironside's like, make it 20 minutes. and that girl, she's like. She's like, oh, yum, yum, yum. And at some point, oh, God, it was so dumb. And then that ginger girl's like, let's get out of here. Oh, God. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. All right, HIV is going to be cured, hopefully. All right.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here, guys, but I have some quick little fire things. We've been going, how long are we going? Hour 20? Good. There's a quick fire things here. I just want to show this here. Let's see.
I have a fire tablet.
This guy's driving towards the a bridge that's going to collapse. Watch. Oh God, no. Sorry. Sorry, I need to actually like switch the screen over. Okay, hold on. Here we go. All right, this guy's driving toward goddamn bridge here. Watch this, dude. Watch how fucked up this. Look at that.
That's like my nightmare every time I go under a bridge.
Look at this coming more. Oh my God, dude. And there's a bunch of glass and shit. There's a bunch of glass and shit that pops. Look. Oh, sorry.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shit!
I think there's sound. Is there sound? No. Okay.
Oh,
I don't
fuck
know.
that, dude.
Anyway, there's
Get out
that.
of
What do you
there.
think of that? Okay. Next. All right. Next. Look at this shit. This is fantastic. Look at this. He's on a. You saw this?
I have not seen it.
Look. Look. Watch. Look at that.
Is that a fucking whale?
It's a fucking blue whale. It's a blue whale. Look at it. Look.
That's incredible.
Unbelievable. I say.
Cool.
Okay.
Beautiful creature.
Okay, hold on.
Star Trek. You know, they couldn't
Hold
have
on.
gone to
AIDS,
Star Trek.
AIDS.
Star Trek 5 never would have happened if they didn't get those whales.
No, those were humpback whales.
Humpback whales, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here's a guy driving on a car, watching another guy doing dumb stuff. Ready? Go.
Only happens on the N2. Right here, you see, guys. This man is flying.
Watch.
Oh, he's gonna take off. This guy's gonna take off this very car.
Unbelievable, man.
What
Unbelievable.
happened to the guy?
Only
He just
happens on the N2.
Dude.
Oh, he's gonna take off. This guy's gonna take off this very car.
Oh my god.
Oh, he didn't. He stayed.
He is so
stayed in the
fucking
truck.
lucky he landed back in that truck.
He's so fucking lucky. He's so fucking lucky.
Because he would have been on that fucking freeway, man.
And these guys would have run him over.
Yeah, and they would have been like,
Yamba.
No.
the M2. He's dead. That was my cousin.
Because of the...
Yamba.
What do you think about that, Lou?
I don't have any strong feelings one way or another.
Well, I want to show you this. This is a nice video from Kiapa Cool or Siapa Cool on old YouTube there. I found this interesting. This guy. You can check him out. He seems to do these like kind of experimental things. But he said, so he's going to photocopy some money and see what happens. I think he's kind of a technical guy. Let's see.
He's got like some super printer. Like I don't think.
No,
you
he's
can't
gonna
just do
he's
an
just gonna photocopy some euros.
Oh, just a straight photocopy, just not even like advanced for
Yeah,
just like.
I think it's actually illegal to do that.
It
in the
is.
United
It
States,
is.
I
So
know.
that's why there's something
But he's
to
not
it.
trying to. He's not trying to make money off it. He's just doing an experiment. you see.
Yeah, well, I mean, even doing it, just the process
Yeah,
of
it's still.
doing it.
Yeah, it's still illegal. I'm sure.
God, it sounds like it's real, like right in front of my like. I'm an idiot. Never mind. It sounds like it's like in my house happening.
You are fired.
Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So then he says, I wonder what happens if I put something else in there. Is it something on the dollar or is it something in the printer? So he puts another thing in there. He puts a little Uno card in there. Hits that button. Look at that. So there's a piece of software in there that does it to everything. Right? Now, why? How does it know? How does the printer know? And he's thinking, it's got to be these little fucking dots here. So he puts a little ding dong over it, right? He puts a little thingy on it. And then he hits the old button. And then he waits for it to come out. Watch this.
Oh shit! Perfect.
I should have it like be like Lemon Party on the page when he flips it over. Look at that.
Rick roll.
And look at that. Oh! That also sounded like it was in my house.
Oh, that's bullshit.
So there you go, guys. That was for you. Just in case the show was like totally awful, I had those little fun things at the end. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, well, everyone, thank you very much for watching the show. You guys have anything else to say? Okay. Thank you for watching, everybody. We're going to wrap it up. I'm Jordan O'Leary, and this is Bravely Mistaken. If you're not watching on YouTube, you can see it on YouTube and actually like see all the stuff we're talking about. And we're also available on iTunes and all that other fun stuff. My two co-hosts, gracious as always, Angel Orlando on the top there. Lewis Hamilton, a.k.a. Amory Lou, on the bottom there. Angel, you got anything going? Anyone should know about?
Nope. One day at a time, brother.
Okie dokie, bro. Fuck. His information will be in the description as always. Lewis, what's happening with you, my man?
You can just follow my Twitter. It's Louie3, LEWIELOUIE, the number 3. And you can see whatever I'm doing over there, which sometimes is me getting high.
And what
you'll see that.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
Well, more than sometimes.
And you got a podcast coming out?
Yeah, there's the Skeleton Crew stickers, Bam Bam, which Angel's all about the 2 Bams.
We're all about the 2 Bams.
Yeah, you're going to be on the opening show with Extreme Todd, so it'll be fun.
What are we going to talk about? Do you know what we're going to talk about?
That's why I want you guys to just show up and just find out. Just like
awesome.
The rest of
Finally, I get to do that.
World.
Finally, I get to do that, man. Oh, I love it.
But you think there's somebody else? You think I'm the only person on the whole planet doing a podcast about the Skeleton Crew? Do you think just with 7 billion people, should there probably be? You think there is another person, or I'm the only one?
No, I think you're the only one. What do you think, Angel?
You've heard my opinion about these fucking things. All right, I'll tell you what. I would be impressed right now. Who created them? What's the name of the guy that created them?
I need to find that out.
For everyone who doesn't know, the Skeleton Crew stickers are these stickers on Facebook that you send in the chats, and there's these little like pink skeletons that dance around and fuck around, and Lou's obsessed with them. So anyway,
yeah, it's also just be a show just about that too. How about don't you think just in general stickers definitely lighten up they make chatting more fun, I think.
You have a show about how stickers lighten up, and what are you going to do? Show examples of that?
But I chat so much though, so I feel like they are a part. Like I'm on the Facebook Messenger a lot at times, and so like in that sense, like the stickers are like. It does, maybe it's me because I'm not always good at expressing myself. I think I like using the stickers to help express what I'm trying to say. Maybe more than other people. I don't know. Maybe that's why they mean more to me. I don't know.
Okay.
But I really do. Like anybody knows me what a yammerer is. So anybody that's chatted with me on Facebook has seen those skeletons like hundreds of times.
Okay. Well, okay. Then you might be able to catch that sooner than later. Hopefully sooner than later. That is Skeleton Crew Stickers Bam Bam is the name.
With 2 A's. And there's a hashtag.
Okay.
Yeah, and nobody took that hashtag. It was available. I grabbed it.
Yeah, I think that's actually not a good thing. You want people to have the hashtag. So they'll run into your material.
I call it hashtag Prometheus when I create a hashtag. I feel good about it.
Okay. All right. Cool. I can't wait. I am curious to see what the fuck you're going to talk about for hell, even 20 minutes. But yeah, don't you guys think it's great? You're like,
no.
I can only answer that question once. You're like, hold on, let me try to convince you. Anyway, I don't want to make fun of you. I really don't. I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you a shot. You can show me what you got. And I'll let you show me what you got. And
you got Ma calling at the end. I'll just let that one go.
That's okay. All right, guys.
That's outro. We'll call it outro music.
Sure, of course. Yeah, you got it. Thank you for not taking that call from your mom this time. Guys, thank you very much, as always. There goes Angel. And for everyone at home, thank you for watching. If you have any ideas of people we should talk to, guests we should have on and all that stuff, I'm sure you're just brimming with ideas. Please let us know in the comments. You can support the show by leaving a review on iTunes. That would be fantastic. Hitting subscribe on YouTube, and we all know that the new subscribe button is the frickin' bell. You gotta hit that bell. The subscribe button is pointless. And yeah, you know what to do. You know how to make it work. Again, catch the show, iTunes, YouTube, all that fun stuff. Let us know how we're doing. I thank you so much. And never be afraid to make a brave mistake like this frickin' episode. And especially remember that I like your moves.